Hey, it's Reckless Rex Ruger. Welcome to another episode of Off the Couch Boxing. Reckless Rex Ruger, that is, along with the Alexis Arguello puppet.
I'm your other host, Frankie the fucking Flamethrower. Get the guest in here. Back with another episode.
Yeah, nobody cares who you are. Because we're getting a guest in here, god damn it. Yep. And finally, man, we're finally touching down here, man. Takes a little time, but all good things are worth the wait, right, champ? All good things are worth the wait.
Oh, no audio. You got to push the little mic on the bottom. Tap the screen and push
there
the
we
mic.
go. There we go. Now we got Ray Oliveira. Now we got SUCRA.
How we doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Excellent. I'm at the gym right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. First of all, I got to get one thing clear, and of course, correct me on any of this if I'm wrong, man. But you were one of 19 children.
Yes, I was.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm the last boy, second to last.
Jesus, man. What did your
and
parents
I got 12 of my own.
Parents didn't have a TV?
No, they didn't. I didn't have one either.
So right off the bat, of course, obviously, thank you for doing this, man. We really appreciate it, man. An OG, a legend, man. And right off the rip, man, I want to ask because I'm really intrigued by a couple of names that are on your resume of guys you fought, man. And I just want to get your opinion on them. A guy that I'm really fascinated about, who Floyd Mayweather has gone on record as saying one of his toughest fights, a guy you shared the ring with, the Drunken Master, Emmanuel Augustus.
Yes, great guy. Tough fighter, excellent fighter. And it was his day. No excuses, his day.
And you know, when you're in the ring with a guy like that who's so unpredictable, so unorthodox, you know, what's the buildup and the lead up to that? How do you prepare for a guy like that?
It really didn't bother me. When I knew I was going to fight him, I said to myself, the style is no problem. I thought he would be a lot easier to hit. It was basically it was a bad day for me. You know, no one knows this, but before the fight, I had a mental breakdown in the back room. I didn't want to fight. I wanted to retire. I broke down, started crying, and you know, no excuses. He won, but it wasn't me. I had a mental breakdown the hour before the fight.
Wow, and is that something that's public knowledge? Because that's a pretty big thing to share, though. I appreciate the honesty.
No, I'm curious to know, like, did your team notice that, like did your team was still fine with sending you out there after the mental breakdown?
It was my decision. I was in the back. I just started crying for no apparent reason and said, I don't want to do this no more. I want to retire. And my coach said, well, what do you want to do? Leave? I said, no, I already signed the contract. Everyone paid for their tickets. I'm here. I'm a fighter, so I'm going to go out there and do my best.
Yeah, and that was your last fight.
Yes, it was. It definitely was.
And so you start boxing at the age of 11 and over 300 amateur fights. That's quite an amateur career.
Yeah, we fought practically 3-4 times a month.
You had to be used to that a little bit, man. You had to be fighting for bathroom time in the house growing up.
Yeah, I know. I always got it first because I was the baby.
Oh, there you go. See, that works to the advantage, the baby. So, but out of all the guys that you do have on your resume, though, and a lot of times when we ask guys this, it's not always the obvious answer that we would think. But who was your toughest opponent?
I say Ben Tacky, honestly.
Yeah.
It was first it was scary going out there and touching gloves with him because he had the scars. He's from an African tribe. He had the scars on his face.
Yeah.
So when I went there and touched gloves, I'm just staring at the scars, and he said something in African, and I said, I think he gave me a voodoo spell, coach.
Oh, yeah. That's an unfair advantage when a guy knows voodoo. You can't do that.
Yeah, he said something in African, and I just said, oh my God, I think he gave me a voodoo spell.
Yeah, you never want to fight those dudes that are chasing down their food.
No.
I lost 15 pounds an hour before the fight.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. So you fought, but in another interesting fact, you won 5 New England Gold Gloves in 5 different weight classes. A lot of guys, when they're coming, is that normal when you're coming through the Golden Gloves to go through weight classes like that?
No, honestly, it was 6. I did 1 in Las Vegas when I moved to Vegas. And then I came back and fought my last one, but I did 5 in New England and 1 in Las Vegas. What it was every year I moved up one weight class. I fought 106, 112, 119, 125. Then I went to Vegas. I fought 147, came back home and dropped down to 140, and that was my last weight class, 140.
Yes, yeah, junior welter, and so now obviously, like you having such a long history in the sport, you know, when you see where boxing is right now, and in particular how we see these hybrid matches where we see like how we saw with Fury, boxer versus an MMA guy, or even taking it a step further, how we see these Jake Paul type fights. You know, when you see these events getting staged, you know, you like them? Do you like what they do for boxing?
Honestly, at first, I was a little upset about it. And then I told the truth. I wasn't upset. I was jealous. I wish I could do it and make the money. You know, I tell everybody the truth. You know, I think it's good for boxing. A lot of people go, but Ray, why? Because it's showing, a lot of more eyes are seeing it.
Yeah.
Eyes are getting away from boxing. There's so many different channels that everybody's watching different things. So this by doing this, as old time boxing, we say it's hurting, but if I look at the business point, it's helping boxing because more eyes are on it. Jake Paul, his shows, he's paying the only woman boxer who's making $1 million every time she fights.
I know.
You know, Shields is one of the best boxers, but she's not making millions.
Right. Yeah.
So
he's putting Amanda Serrano on all those cards, and she's cleaning up.
It's actually interesting you bring up Clarissa Shields because she's been big in the media recently. I don't know if you've seen, but just with her like sparring guys and thinking she could beat up Keith Thurman and all. What do you make of that?
It's a joke.
Right. I agree.
I think it's a joke. That I'm more upset about that. That you know that it's out there and people are thinking about a woman fighting a man. Love Layla Ali. I think she's one of the greatest boxers in the world.
Agreed.
She fights me, I'm knocking her out.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
Men, with 2 can a woman knock out a man? Some women can knock out men. Weak men.
Yeah.
But even then, if you gave me a weak man and a strong woman, you'd still have me a hard time to bet on the woman. You know what I mean? Like,
You're right.
Yeah,
You know, and she's a great boxer, but fighting the men she wants to fight, no, she'll get hurt.
Yeah.
A lot of times women don't pack enough power to knock each other out.
Right.
Let alone knock us out.
Right.
Exactly. Like a guy.
The last person I saw knock out someone was Layla Ali, like I always say, and what's her name? That a little bit before her. But I don't see women knocking out their own fighters. So how are they gonna knock out a man or hurt a man?
Right. And another guy that you fought, who you know, of course, we do the show from upstate New York, so we're literally a few minutes away from the Boxing Hall of Fame. So the great Ricky Hatton going in this year, another guy you shared the ring with.
Yeah. My second to last fight. It was a great fight. It was an honor going to London. 80,000 people. The funny things, when I got out there, they were yelling, "Go home, Yank." And I said, "Hey, coach, I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. Why they yelling, 'Go home, Yank'?" They go, "No." He's like,
"That's an insult to a Red Sox fan. That's an insult."
Yeah. I said, "I'm a Red Sox fan, not a Yankee." But it was an honor fighting him. And I was his test to see if he was ready for America. And I told him after the fight, "You're ready for America, but you're not ready for Mayweather yet." But when they told him the money, he said, "I'm taking Mayweather now." So I don't blame him.
Well, if hindsight was 2020, Ray, you proved to be right.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did actually. Yeah. That comment's going to age well on this podcast. I'll tell you that. Because he didn't fare very well. But so do you, like, when you give a guy like that advice like that, or tell him about being ready for America, or kind of being like the measuring stick, you know, is that a role that you're comfortable with? And do you believe that role exists in boxing? Like when you hear the term a gatekeeper?
Yes, I do. Especially when like you said, my ranking and a lot of top fighters I fought, I was the guy they said, "Look, if you could, we're going to test you with Ray Oliveira. And I felt like I was a gatekeeper, and I wanted to, I gave them my all. I wanted to win. I went out there saying, I'm picked to lose. I went out there thinking definitely I'm going to win. I'm going to beat all these guys. And I always say I got a 500 record against the world champions. Yeah. And I told them the truth. I expected the truth from them. If they came up to me and say, Ray, you're done, don't fight no more, I'd say, yeah, okay, I'm out of here. But no one said that. It took me to say that.
Because we've had Chop Corley on here, and he actually kind of embraced that role of being like a gatekeeper, and he didn't look at it as a negative thing.
No, it's an honor being a gatekeeper. I say I got a winning record. I got a great record. I could see if I had a record where I had more losses than wins, I don't want to be a gatekeeper then.
Right. And I like how the fact that he's looking at hey, I'm batting 500 against world champions. Any other sport when you're 5 out of 10 is phenomenal. Maybe not free throw shooting, but baseball definitely.
Yeah, if I'm batting 500, hey, I'm doing well.
Not too shabby.
Not many people in my area can say that.
Are there any guys out there, active fighters right now, that you really got an eye on and that you're really watching their career that you're a fan of?
I'm a fan of Jermaine Ortiz. He lives in Worcester, which is an hour away from me.
Yeah.
I love him not just in the ring, but outside the ring. He's a gentleman. He trains old style. And I think this next fight he's got coming up, I'm rooting for him. I think he's going to do it. And I love this. I love Jermaine Ortiz, and he's not rushing it. He's taking the right steps.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah. And so what has life after boxing been like, for you?
Right now, like I said, I'm in the gym. I got Golden Gloves coming up in 3 weeks, and I'm training amateur fighters. I got 3 or 4 pros I'm helping. But I really, my passion is with the amateurs. It's giving back. I always said when I was boxing, I'm never going to train. I ain't being a trainer. And then 3 years later, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm training. I didn't think I was going to be a trainer. And I love it. I love it. I'm giving back, and I'm just helping the young people come up. We need more old guys like me that don't think we could go in the ring. I don't want to think I'm a fighter no more. I don't hit the heavy bag. I don't hit the speed bag. I don't even shadow box. Yeah. I just do my weightlifting, and I show them how to box.
Yeah, I like that, because it's like your passion for the game never goes away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a janitor, man, at a high school, but I get to watch high school basketball games. And it just brings me back to that day, you know what I mean? Like when I was there and I was doing it. And I want to coach so bad. Like I want to do what you're doing and just coach like basketball. I would love to coach basketball and just give back to the kids, just any knowledge that I got.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm thinking about being a USA official. I want to be a USA referee. So I might be doing that in 2024.
Yeah, that's good. It is always great because they are the next generation, especially keeping boxing alive. And obviously, of course, we've seen HBO pull the plug. Now we've seen Showtime pull the plug. Do you have an idea in your mind where you think boxing lands? A lot of people have been on here and said it probably goes to the apps, Amazon Prime, something like that.
I think it's going to go to Amazon Prime because of the money. I would like you to go back to regular TV,
I know.
Yeah, I think that's the only way boxing will get back to where it was on Amazon, and even the NFL on Amazon. I'm like, you only can watch if you have Amazon.
Right,
and,
right.
Money. I guess money sells.
Yeah,
that's what they want.
Now, another guy that you shared the ring with, who we're huge fans of, rest in peace, of course, the late, great Vernon Forrest, man. What did you think of sharing the ring with Vernon? Such a great guy, and, another guy who gave so much back, with developmentally disabled kids. He set up homes for them in his area, the Destiny's Child program that he started there. What was it like sharing the ring with him? Because I always feel like he's very, very, almost criminally underappreciated for what he did in the ring.
He was a great boxer. he dropped me in the first round.
Yeah, I remember.
I usually don't get dropped. The funny story with him, and it's like with all my fights, it's always a story. But with Vernon Forrest, no one knows, but I was in prison 2 weeks before the fight.
How long?
2 weeks before the fight.
2 weeks.
And I got a phone call. They said, Ray, there's a phone call. I said, no, I don't want to make a phone call. They said, no, there's a phone call for you. I said, phone call for me? Somebody make calls. They said, well, you're going to the sheriff's office. Your manager's on the phone. He said, how you doing? I said, I'm in prison. How I'm doing? He goes, I got a fight for you. I said, okay. When is it? He goes, in 2 weeks. I said, all right, how soon can you get me out? He goes, in a week. I said, I bet, get me out. So I only had 1 week of training. And after the fight, I told Lou Dube, I said, I knew he won, but I gave my best. I said, Lou, give me a rematch. I know if I'm in shape, I'll beat your fighter. Lou looked at me and said, Ray, I've been trying to beat you for years. I finally got a fighter to beat you, and we're not rematching you. Get out of here.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, one and done. That's it. We're done with you.
But, you know, he dropped me in that first round, hit me with a beautiful right hand. It was when he passed away, it really hit me there. You know, I thought he was a great fighter. Not thought, he was a great fighter. And, you know, we're missing a guy there.
Such a sad way that he was taken too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid,
somebody.
Violence.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world. It really is a crazy. Yeah, it is a crazy world. And now we hear a lot of talk about, you know, and this gets obviously bandied about all the time, but we always hear people throwing around the term GOAT. Is there a GOAT in boxing for you? You know, that guy that you put up on that pedestal and say, you know, that guy's the cream of the crop.
In boxing or out of boxing right now?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It could still be somebody active, but just like, who's that guy for you?
I love Bernard. A lot of people don't talk about Bernard Hopkins. I love Bernard. I think he's the GOAT.
Wow, a vote for Bernard. You don't hear that often.
Yeah, a lot of people, you know, look what he did in the middleweights. I mean,
unbelievable run.
He was one of the greatest. Besides Marvin Hagler, I put him second. Bernard Hopkins second. And right now, any GOAT right now, Mayweather's too young to be a GOAT.
Yeah.
I think he's too young, and he keeps doing
those exhibition fights. Yeah.
Those exhibition fights. So I think, you know, no, I don't think we're gonna have another GOAT.
And now, do you think it's interesting you bring that up? Do you think when he does those exhibition fights, that actually hurts and tarnishes his legacy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I honestly do, because I remember when he went in there with one of the brothers, and everyone. I kept going to everybody saying, "Who wants to bet? It's going to be a draw." And everyone's like, "Oh, it ain't going to be a draw." I said, "Yes, it is going to be a draw," because everyone didn't hear the word exhibition. They thought it was going to be a decision.
Right.
When it happened, they go, "Oh, you tricked us." I said, "I didn't trick you. I said draw. Exhibition means no decision." And I think when he does that, everyone said, "Oh, he couldn't drop he couldn't drop him." I said, "People, it was an exhibition. You think he went out there and really tried not to hit him?" I think it hurts him more than. I know it's putting money in his pocket. Does he really need it?
Right. It's almost better. It's almost better.
I mean, dude,
better he retires.
You're fighting John Gotti's grandson? Who's that?
Yeah, you're really reaching.
Everyone asks me, "Hey, would you do an exhibition to fight again?" I say right away, "Hell no." And then I go, "It depends on how many zeros."
Yeah. Right. Like if Jake Paul is really sliding you a big bag, it's tough to say no.
Yeah, it is. You know, it is tough. But honestly, if my wife and my youngest daughter and my kids said no, it's no. No money. No money in the world will let me choose money over them.
Spoken like a man who's been married for a long time, and we certainly understand that. Happy wife, happy life, right? That's the way it is.
Exactly.
That is the way it is.
No, happy wife, miserable husband.
Happy spouse, happy house.
Yeah, that too. All that stuff. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. All of us here are housebroken, domesticated guys. We all know what the deal is, you know? Exactly. Now, back when you were fighting in your fighting days, you know, and of course you got a great resume, 47 career wins out of 60 fights. No one can certainly challenge the merits. Are there any fights though that you wanted that didn't manifest?
Me and Mickey Ward.
Yeah. Ooh, that would have been a good one.
We always talked. Wherever somewhere together, people ask us. We almost fought. He put it in his book, but both our promoters were fighting about whose name's on top, and we both said we didn't care whose name on top. We just wanted to fight.
Right.
We spied one time. It went one round, almost like the Rocky movie, Sylvester Stallone and Apollo.
Yeah.
It went one round because I'm the boxer and he's the puncher.
Right.
So when we jumped in the ring, he boxed and I slugged. So after the round, he looked at me. He goes, "You could punch," and I looked at him and said, "And you could sort of box." And we walked out the ring, and that was the end of it. And we talked about fighting, and it just didn't appear because like they said, the both promoters were fighting over whose name's on top, and we didn't care whose name on top. We just wanted to fight. But I wish it happened. I mean, that's one exhibition I would love to do.
And it does seem like
I almost had to fight Mickey Ward at the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you did.
I kicked his drink over right in the yard, man, getting a picture with him.
Yeah, right when he was getting a picture with him.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No,
he just was
he's up there all the time. Yeah.
Okay, but my opinion is this, and I'm being for real about this. Everyone goes, "Do you think you're in the Hall of Fame?" I go, "Hell no, I'm not." And I go, "But if Mickey Ward gets in there, I deserve to be in there. Everyone he lost to, I beat. Everyone I lost to, he beat."
That's interesting. That's interesting. And plus, you got to think how many guys can finish their career with 11 losses and get a movie made about it with Mark Wahlberg playing them.
I got 11 losses too. Please make a movie of me.
I know.
Who finishes their career in this day and age of boxing with 47 wins?
I know, not many.
Regardless of losses.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I fought a lot as a pro also, and I'm just happy I still got my brains and I can still talk right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. And that is a big issue. And that's an issue we brought up on here plenty of times with other people, and obviously other sports have players unions and things in place. How does boxing do a better job of taking care of guys, after their career is over? Because it does seem like some of these guys do fall on unfortunate circumstances.
What was it? A month ago, they had a 58-year-old gentleman in the ring.
Yes.
I think that state and that commissioner should be suspended.
Yeah.
I honestly do. I don't care what tests he passed. He's 58 years old, never boxed in his life, and you put him in a ring and he got hurt.
Yeah.
I think we gotta have better more of us boxers should go out and try to be commissioners. We should try to talk to Congress. We got people in there talking for us who never boxed a day in their life.
Right.
Listen to us boxers, and we should go out there and we should be officials. We should, more than be coaches, go out there and be officials and talk. And is it ever going to change? I don't think so. We can't have a union.
Right.
Every state got their own rules.
Yeah.
WBC, IBF, their own rules. We can't be one organization.
Right. Sad.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
It's just all about the money, dude. For those alphabet organizations, it's just all about the money.
Yep.
Now, do you feel like with the advent of social media, which was around when you fought, but certainly not as huge as it is right now, do you think sometimes that a lot of these wars that we see back and forth on Twitter, do you think sometimes that there's more of that going on and not enough of the fights actually being made?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I always say it. If I had Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, when I was boxing, I would be a household name and be a millionaire, if not a billionaire.
Yeah.
These fights are more talked on Facebook, and they're selling it on Facebook instead of selling it in the ring. For me, in order for me to be on TV, I had to sell myself in the ring.
Right.
These guys are selling themselves on Facebook. I wish I had it. I'm not saying it's bad for the sport, but I wish I had it. And they're using what they have. So hats off to them. Use it. Right. I don't think it's hurting. I think it's helping boxing. But I like to see more of the fights made than just talked about.
It's advertising.
Well, also you got to double down, like you said. You had to prove yourself in the ring to get on TV. Like these guys talk about it on Facebook, but then go do it too. Like, show us that you're going to talk it and then do it, and then we're going to buy your fights.
Right. Sometimes they're talking about these fights for 2 years and nothing happens. It's just a war of words going back and forth on a keyboard.
Oh, he don't want to fight. No, he don't want to fight.
No, the thing that it gets you even more mad is when I see people with no amateur career, never heard of them. They go on Facebook, they're going to box, and they're doing this, they're going to do that. I never heard of them. I go see them fight. They sold out the crowd, and they don't even know how to box.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I had to have 300 amateur fights just to get somebody to come see me. You guys never fought in your life. You sell all these tickets and merchandise, and then I go see you fight, and everyone's like, I paid to go see that? Hey, they sold you on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like that last Shakur fight got us all excited, and then it wound up being staying up late on a school night and being bored to tears.
Yeah.
My God, who needs NyQuil when you can just rewatch that fight over and over again? My goodness. Yeah. I mean, so I have to ask. Well, go ahead, Benji. Weren't you going to say something?
No, I wasn't saying.
I wasn't sure if I was cutting.
I said what I said.
Do you have a definitive plan as to what you want to do and how you want to mentor the kids? Like have you given any thought to possibly like opening up a gym or anything like that? Has that ever been anything in the cards for you?
Well, I have opened up gyms before, and I always say, everyone's like, the gym I'm at now, a young man owns it, and he's doing a great job. He was like, Ray, don't you want to own your own gym? I said, no. Having a boxing gym doesn't make money. You're giving out money.
Yeah.
I said, but I'm giving my time coming to this gym and helping people, and, I'm not getting paid for it. I train probably 12 amateur fighters and 3 or 4 pro fighters I help out, and I don't get no pay for it. But I get the pay I get is the love and the thank you and seeing them be better people, better men. Not just better boxers, but better people, better men in life. And I just see my plan of just continue what I'm doing. I'm happy.
Giving back. It's paying it forward.
The greatest thing is when I get a young man and I trained him when he was young, and he came back and he said, Coach, I got married. I have a kid. I go to church. I'm working. I'm so happy. And I said, I did it.
Yeah, that's success. Yeah.
Yes, that was the success I wanted. I said, do I want a world champion? Yeah. But y'all my world champion no matter what. He married, going to church. His wife loves him. He has a child. His child is raising his child up right. He's doing all the things that I taught him in boxing and using it in life.
That's winning. That's winning right there. Yeah, that's absolutely winning. Now, obviously, we just talked about who the face of boxing was, who the GOAT is. Obviously, we hear Canelo's name thrown around a lot. I like back in the old days, and you could probably relate to this, when guys didn't necessarily worry about going and fighting in all these different weight divisions, immediately, but they cleaned out their own division though first, though. And we've asked other people on here. Now, obviously, one of the biggest fights the public has clamored for is for Canelo to fight David Benavidez. Do you think that it tarnishes Canelo's legacy? Obviously, he's made a lot of money. He's master of his domain and can control all of his own moves. But is it a mistake if he steps away from the game and doesn't fight David Benavidez?
Not him. I forgot to mention him. I think he's the next GOAT, honestly. I'm a big Canelo fan.
Who's not?
He did dominate his weight class, I believe. And then he went up, and then he came back down.
Does he need the Benavidez fight, do you think?
I think that's a tough fight for him. I would take it. I would do it. I don't think he should go to heavyweights or light heavyweights, but Benavidez, I can see him fighting Benavidez, though. Like I said, I think he's the GOAT. I always keep forgetting him, but I love him. I don't think anything he does would tarnish his career. I may be a favorite of his, but I think anything he does doesn't tarnish his career.
He's done it all. Yeah.
Yeah. I think when he fought Mayweather, that was his only real loss, I say, and it taught him a lesson. It taught him how to box, not just, it taught him how to make money, and it taught him a lot. And I just got a lot of respect for Canelo.
Yeah. Now, what weight do you think you did your best work at? You obviously were at super light and welterweight. For you, where did you feel like was the best point in your career?
Never asked that. I never thought of that. I always thought everybody I fought 140. I didn't fight 135.
No.
But I did start off at 135. Hell, that's a hard one. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you fought great at both weights, but I mean, I didn't know if there was one where you felt more like this is where I naturally belong.
I would have loved to fight at 147, to be honest.
Yeah.
I always walk. I'm 5'11". I always walked around at 185 pounds and dropped down to make 140 or 135. So I always thought maybe I should have fought at 147. I think they would have been a lot strong at 147. My opinion, my coaches said no, 140. But I always wanted to try welterweight at 147.
Now I have to. Go ahead, Benji's.
Well, I was gonna say that usually the lower weight is higher speed, and the higher weight's higher power.
Yeah.
So like if you didn't feel like going to 47, you were gonna sacrifice a lot of speed, and it could have been a proper move.
Yeah, that's why I listened to my coaches.
Right.
Now, where does I would be remiss if I didn't get one question in from the legendary Alexis Arguello puppet back here. Now tell us who hit you harder than anybody. Who's the hardest guy that ever punched you?
Sergey Artivia from Russia.
See, it's always a guy we never expect.
Right.
He hit me with a right hand that I had tassels on the right side of my leg, and they popped off my shorts. And I kept the whole round. I kept hitting my leg, punching it, and I went back to the corner. My coach said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't have feeling in my right leg."
Charlie horsed you.
Yeah, and he goes, "You all right?" I said, "Hey, he hit me. I didn't go down, so it's time for me to get him." And it was weird. If you hit me hard, and I didn't go down, which I probably went down only twice in my whole career.
Yeah,
I went after you, and after the whole. I thought I won the fight. I lost, I think, on two judges' card. So by 1 point, and I thought I won the fight, but the best man got it that day. But I would love to have fought him again too.
Those Russian guys are mean. Yeah, those Russian guys are mean over there, man. Jesus,
Yeah,
man.
he hit mean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious before we get out of here or whatever. Like, we got a card tomorrow night. Big heavyweight card. What do you think about that? That main and co-main.
These are the way cards should look. I think these are the way cards should look. Stacked.
Big, yes, I like it. I think it's
Only $40 too.
Yeah, I think it's an easy fight for both guys, Wilder and Joshua. I honestly do. I think they're doing it just for them two to fight each other, and I think that's going to be a great fight. Them two fighting each other. I just hope we have more undercards like this and more fights like this. We have not one champion, multiple champions, especially in the welterweight, and they all fight each other. Why not do a round robin?
It makes you feel a lot better when you're paying for it to really get some bang for your buck and get a nice card.
Round robin. Round robin. I love how you said that, because we've talked about that before. Like, when these belts go vacated and go up for grabs, a lot of times there's a lot of guys in the mix who have a right to a piece of that belt, you know what I mean, or whatever. And they should do like a little tournament style, like, way to get those belts, you know what I mean, to the right owner.
Yeah, get people excited again.
Forget the belts. Why pay a sanction fee? Let the belts go and just fight each other. I always tell people this: if I put on a poster or Facebook, Instagram, WBC belt, you gonna go see it? Everyone goes, no. I want to know who's fighting. They're like, exactly. Who cares about the belts?
Right. Good point. Good point. And plus, the belts don't mean as much no more, because now you have, in this 4-belt era, at any given weight, like say welterweight, if those belts are all in 4 different places, you got 4 guys walking around claiming to be the best welterweight on the planet.
Yes, they got so many different kind of champions. Spanish champion, the intermediate champion, the new young champion. All these belts. Now they say they want to do one of interracial, not interracial. I'm sorry. Oh, I forgot. WBC wants to do some kind of belt with
Please don't say intergender.
Yeah, gender belt.
Oh God! Oh God! I said
like,
don't say it, Ray.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that you can't do that. I don't mind gender people, but
No.
I don't want to see a gender belt.
Right.
Right.
I know.
And they're adding us a whole nother 4-belt division at the
Super cruiserweight. Yeah.
Hey, bring back the 4-round belt.
Yeah. I liked it better when there was just one champion and it was really something to shoot for. It used to mean a lot when you were the heavyweight champion of the world. You know what I mean? You were recognized and you were that guy and you were that guy alone.
You ask anybody now who's the heavyweight champion, no one knows.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. We just brought that up. Yeah, we just brought that up on one of our last episodes. I know it's pretty sad, man. The boxers don't have that notoriety that they used to have. You know, when they walked down the street, you knew who Muhammad Ali was, you knew who Joe Frazier was, you knew who Tommy Hearns was. You knew these guys.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, I got belts. I got the NABF, the IBF, and Continental, and I tell people that belt meant something when I fought for it. Now it means nothing.
Right.
Anybody can fight for it now. Before it meant something. Now it means nothing.
Yeah. It's good to see you doing so good, Ray, man. You look fantastic, man, and we appreciate you being so generous with your time and being so flexible, man. We're glad we finally got a chance to make this happen, man, and good to see you doing so well, buddy.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. It's my honor to do this. I mean, I love doing this.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, that's great because we will tap you again, man. You're a great guest, man. It's great to get your insights on stuff, so we'll keep in touch. We'll do it again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys take care. I appreciate everything. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You too. Same to you and the family. We appreciate you, champ. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Later. And once again, I got to say to our audience, I don't know.
You're welcome.
In French, how do you say it? And you took French. How do you say it in France?
I don't even remember, dude.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh yeah. No, is it? Yeah. No, merci, right? Yeah.
Did they hand you out a crummy French award in school? You can't even say thank you.
I was good.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, I should say. Well, anyway, man.
It's been 12 years, man.
That was SUCRA himself, which is a great nickname. Not as good as Reckless Rex. I'm not going to put him up there with that yet, but they're probably not as good as Frankie the Flamethrower either. I mean, but, 47, 11-2, 22 knockouts, fought at super light, fought at welter, one of 19 children. That's to be commended right there, man. Round of applause for that alone, man. For God's sakes, man.
His dad couldn't pull out of a garage.
No, obviously not. No. I mean, 19 children, man, and still
his pops didn't miss the target.
Never. And that's to be applauded right there also. That's to be applauded, man. Good shot.
19 for 19. No, actually, if he hit 19 times, he was definitely unsuccessful a lot.
Yeah. And that's why he said they didn't own a TV.
Right.
There was no movie night in the Oliveira household. No way, man. At least mom and dad weren't watching any, man. But I salute that, man. That's back in the day, man, when you could spread the seed and you could afford to do it. I don't know about 19 kids, but you could afford to have a big nuclear family back in the day because inflation and the economy wasn't absolutely killing us, man. But started boxing at age 11, 300 amateur fights. That's impressive that he won the New England Gold Gloves 5 times at 5 different weight classes and shared the ring with Emmanuel Augustus, Ricky Hatton, Ben Tacky, you heard him talk about, cool Vince Phillips, Vivian Harris, the late, great, rest in peace, Vernon Forrest.
Yeah.
This guy's got names on the old resume, folks, and we appreciate it, man, joining us from the from the gym.
Absolutely.
Working with those kids and paying it back to the next generation. That's always to be saluted. As a father and a grandfather, man, love to hear that, man. Just giving back because he wants to give back.
And you know who else you got to salute always?
The Alexis Arguello puppet.
Yeah.
We finally got a question in.
Got a question in tonight. And also, always got to salute. Big ups Gary Busey.
Always.
Because I'm going to hit you with a quote from Gary Busey that I can go 15 seconds with anything.
Yeah, and I'm going to end this with telling people to like and follow us on Facebook. And if you're already here and watching this right now, ta-da! You found the YouTube channel. This is the place where you need to be if you're a boxing fan, man.
You made it.
Boxing. Yeah, you made it. You made it in life. Which is going to tie in very nicely with the quote I'm about to drop on you at the end of the episode, because you have made it, man. You're here, man. You're here with Frankie the Flamethrower and Reckless Rex. The hand speed's still there, man. And just make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification button, yada, 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 all that good bullshit, man. You know, you can be a complete moron nowadays and figure out how to do that, man.
Yeah, hit the notification bell. That's really the important one.
That's really the important part, man, because there is new content, awesome content, just like this right here, just like this content we're enjoying right now together, laughing it up and cavorting. I mean, it's all here, man. Amazing new content, amazing interviews every single week. Every single week, we're shoveling it out there for you, folks. Shoveling it.
And look at that new backdrop, folks.
Woo! Look at the new digs, folks. I'm in the ring. I'm in the ring, and nobody wants to face me. But I am calling out all challengers, man. Alexis Arguello's in my corner.
Actually, if you look at it right now, you and Alexis Arguello are in the ring together, so that could get sticky.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a guy with a lot of fights and a lot of KOs, man. But hey, listen, man, he's had my back for a long time. And plus, the key word is has my back. You notice who's in the foreground here and who's in the background. Alexis Arguello had his day in the sun, and now it's Reckless Rex time.
Yeah. But he's still there in the shadows.
Well, I don't ever want to say Alexis Arguello is in Reckless Rex's shadow. I mean,
no, he's just. No, I'm not saying he's in your shadow. He's in the shadows.
Yeah, he's always in the shadows, watching, lurking. Man, look at him back there. The mustache looks great. The tie looks great.
He's wearing the tie to make you think he's not who he is, but in fact, he is.
He's like Clark Kent. He can go into a phone booth quick and come out and
be like, oh, who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that guy? All right, who's next? Who needs to be pieced up out here? Anybody? Any takers? But yes, so I was almost going to wish people happy holidays, but by the time this episode goes up, it'll probably be the new year, realistically.
Yeah, but I mean, still, if you're watching this after the new year, happy new year.
Yeah.
Don't set some dumb goal for yourself that you're not going to achieve.
Yeah, you're right. Don't say you're going to lose 100 pounds by spring or you're going to
not if you're not going to do it.
Yeah, you're not going to give up your crystal meth
make
problem.
The new year a reason to start something you're not going to finish.
You're not going to put down the crack pipe in 2 weeks. Don't set something unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like
just do what you can do.
Just do what you can do. Chip away at it. Chip away at it. Everything in time, man. You don't got to feel like I got to say this. I got to stop on January 1st and it's got to happen right there. And if I'm still sliding a little bit, January 4th, January 5th, it's all over.
I'm a terrible person. Yeah,
I'm a terrible person. Yeah, don't beat yourself up about it, man. Don't beat yourself up if you're still working on the goals a couple weeks into January.
Couple weeks into March.
Yeah, even a couple weeks into March.
Your goals if you're working on them.
Hey, listen, if you're setting your goal to lose 100 pounds by January 1st, but by March 1st, and you've lost only 50 March 1st, guess what? Success.
Right. You're halfway there.
Yeah, you're halfway there. You just did do it in the time frame. But guess what? You probably set yourself an unrealistic time frame is the problem here.
Right.
So anyway, that ties into all of this right here, that if you too would like to be a champion, and you're already halfway there by discovering this podcast, man, 75% even, I would say.
Right.
Heed these words, folks. If you want to be a champion, you've got to roll with the champs.